The advent of the internet has given people new means to communicate to each other, but has also given people new means to antagonize each other. In this video, we will be exploring the effects that cyberbullying has on Australian youth and the prevalence it has amongst Australian youth. Furthermore, we will be exploring how digital methods are being used to detect cyberbullying as it happens. This is Courtney. Her hobbies include having on-fleek eyebrows, being an Instagram queen, and getting drunk at sweet 16th parties and dancing on furniture.
Oh my god, I'm so zany.
However, Courtney has a dark secret. She is in fact a cyberbully, which we can observe from her text log. On page 1 of a 2014 publication by Bracken Caltabiano, cyberbullying is defined as an intentional malicious act perpetrated online against someone who lacks the means to defend themselves. On page 2 of Bracken Caltabiano's 2014 publication, they assert that cyberbullying can take place through social media, instant messaging, as well as chat forums. Furthermore, it doesn't stop at hurtful messages. Fake profiles, embarrassing videos, and images of the victim can also act as an extension of cyberbullying. Bracken Caltabiano formulated an online questionnaire that was built to assert just what the prevalence was of cyberbullying in Australian universities from students aged 17 to 25. The results came in with 11% being identified as pure bullies, 10% being identified as pure victims, and 62% being identified as people who had engaged in cyberbullying in some way or had been victims of cyberbullying in some way. Only 17% came back as being non-involved. That is from Bracken Caltabiano's 2014 publication on page 4. On page 7 of Bracken Caltabiano's 2014 study, they conclude that cyberbullying is having much less of an effect on young Australians in university than it is on Australian adolescents. But just how is cyberbullying affecting adolescents in Australia? On page 219 of a 2015 publication, researchers Spears, Tadeo, Daly, Stretton and Carklands highlight literature that correlates cyberbullying with high rates of mental illness. These include depression, suicidal ideation, anxiety, and social difficulties. It has been correlated that adolescent victims of cyberbullying are 50% more likely to attempt suicide than those who have not been bullied. Spears et al., 2015, page 219. On page 223 of the 2015 publication by Spears et al., they conclude that cyberbullying in adolescents can become a very pressing public health issue in Australia. This begs the question, what ways are there to detect cyberbullying in the new digital landscape in which we live in? I do believe I have heard a knocking on the window adjacent to my front door. Let's see who it is.
It is I, the ethereal egg of sources.
Oh, wise ethereal egg of sources, can you please explain to me some of the digital systems that are being employed to detect cyberbullying?
Of course. In a 2016 study, on page 433, Algaradi, Varathan and Ravana conducted an experiment with a monitored machine learning system to detect cyberbullying on Twitter. The cyberbullying detection algorithm had to monitor key factors: network information, activity information, user information, and tweet content.
Oh, but Wyatt's egg, how can we identify regular Twitter users from cyberbullies?
Accounting for personality was one of the best discriminating factors for this system. Many cyberbullies have neurotic personality traits that can become apparent in their writing. Algaradi, Varathan and Ravana conveyed on page 433 of their 2016 publication.
But was it effective?
Why, yes! After inputting multiple discriminating factors into their machine learning detection system for cyberbullying, the experiment resulted in a 71.4% detection in acts of cyberbullying. Furthermore, the system also identified 99.4% of tweets that were benign in nature correctly, meaning only 0.6 were flagged in error. Algaradi, Varathan and Ravana, 2016, page 439.
Thank you, Magic Egg. You've been a lot of help.
I am slain!
Cyberbullying is a new thing young digital citizens in Australia have to contend with. However, as researchers conduct more experiments, we may find some solutions to make the digital landscape a safer place for everyone.